Home sweet home.
Life on the farm at Seven Hills Estate is far from ordinary.
We've had a calf. One of our 8 cows drops a calf, our first for the season.
After leaving behind the hustle of city living, James and Michelle transformed their Sunshine Coast hinterland weekend getaway into a full-time home.
That's beautiful.
Look at that.
Between battling droughts, fires and torrential rains, they dedicate their time to cultivating a syntropic food forest, restoring rainforests, revegetating the land, or simply unwinding with family and friends as the animals graze. This year marks a new chapter as they kick off their most ambitious project yet. The first stage of their eco-farm stay, featuring 3 cosy cabins and a barbecue kitchen that will offer a peaceful escape for visitors. But challenges are never far behind.
Look at that. Oh.
Will unpredictable weather, local regulations or budget issues get in the way of their dream launch? Join them on this journey through the highs and lows as they bring their boldest vision to life. And discover what it truly means to make life better on the farm. This is Seven Hills Estate.
How good is this? Home cooked breakfast. Oh, farm fresh air. Real eggs.
Yep.
You know how many times I hate that sloppy
Powdery.
sense of, I don't know what they call it, but it's supposed to be scrambled egg. Comes with a complimentary breakfast. I can see what's complimentary.
So what's on the agenda for this week?
Well, you tell me. Where the bells are at?
Because of all the rain, they've been very quiet. They haven't been here much. But cabin 3 hasn't started, so hopefully they'll get onto that this week.
Yeah, well, it's a good week of weather, so they'll make a start on that. I suspect they're going to get that and the other one done because Peter says the trusses are going to be put up next week. I don't know when yet, but sometime next week, which is really good.
So Nick Clancy's coming this week?
Nick Clancy, he's our liaison. He's our conversation liaison. No. He's not our conversation liaison, he's our conservation liaison.
Yes.
With the council. And so he's coming later this week. And we're going to make a plan for how we're going to essentially manage the nature refuge, which should be approved this year. He's fully expecting to happen. So he's quite happy to start the planning with us. So we'll do that later this week. We've got to get to Aspen Cabins. Peter's been pressuring me to get the cabinets designed for the 4 buildings.
Cabins. Mm-hmm.
What else? Oh, obviously we have to
Jetty?
finish the jetty.
Yeah, the jetty, the walkway.
Yeah, it's such a shame I missed all that. But so Ross will be, and I'll have to help him at some point. I know we've got to get some more boulders, so we'll have to dig them out.
And some plants.
And that reminds me, before Nick gets here, I need to get the posse track out here and tidy this up before. That's where we're going to start walking. So I just want to look a little bit more respectable before he gets here. Yeah. So we'll do that. Then that way we can change over to put the bucket on and go find some rocks to finish off that landscaping project. We've got to go buy some plants.
Yes, we'll do that.
So a couple of big weeks ahead.
Great.
So the boys framed up the kitchen the other day, and it's certainly looking good. So I'm standing here in a section that'll be covered eventually, and our really big posts will be out here on the corners. And they're the posts that Ross and Nicole got during the wet weather the previous week. And we're going to have a barbecue here, and the one you saw me and Michelle select the other day. Pizza oven in the corner, which we still got to go and make a final choice on. And a servery out this way. So eventually the concrete, I'm standing on the right at the kitchen bench, and this will be tiled, and then that's going to be exposed aggregate concrete, and it's going to be set at the same height as the tile. So you just step out there into, I guess there'll be a couple of tables out there for people to use. And the good thing about using a friend as a builder, is you can change your opinion, or you change your mind at the last minute. This is, on the plan, this is a wall, but I decided, let's make this a servery. So I have a shutter come down here, and you could sit on the other side, and you serve something for people on the outside. Yeah, so the pizza oven will go in here. There'll be a 45 across the bench, so a big pizza oven here. And I think I'll put a bank of, well, I'll rejig this and put I'll have the boys rejig, I should say, and put a bank of louvers in here, just to let the heat another way for the heat to escape. And you can see a storeroom around here. We'll come around. So there's a storeroom. We'll be able to put there'll be a roller door on this. We'll be able to put some trestle tables, chairs, maybe kayaks, things that people can borrow to swim in the dam and have some bit of fun. Who knows, fishing rod or two. And here is the wheelchair accessible toilet and shower. And you can see it's holding quite a bit of water at the moment. But the shower, toilet, there's the high window. And all this will be ramped, on the outside will be ramped up to it. Looking awesome. And they're up here now preparing final preparations for the trusses going on today. So the crane is due to turn up, but as you can see by the amount of water in here, we had 28 millimeters on Saturday night. So I was in here, I was up at 1770 with my brother. Check out his channel, OBM. There's only one person that loves mud crab more than me, and that's Michelle. Yeah, we're up there catching some mud crabs. It was great, but we had 28 mils here, and this is sodden. So honestly, I don't know how a 20 or 30 ton crane is going to park itself on here to lift these trusses on there. I don't think we're about to get close enough today.
After discussing a maintenance plan for the nature refuge, James, Ross and Nick hike up an existing fire trail to the first peak.
That right here, I'm saying.
And this one,
spear
I think
grass.
I've pointed this one out before.
That's a native.
Oh yeah, a different head again. Yeah, that's scented top.
Oh, that's the centre top.
Strong smell. Just got to crush it up.
Crush it up.
Oh, geez,
Yes.
that's incredible.
Isn't it?
Yeah.
I wonder if that's what we smell when we push through the grasses with a buggy.
You do get different grasses.
Yeah. How'd you go getting up here, Ross?
Yeah, this is the maximum.
Yeah. Were you going forward?
Sorry, yeah, forward, then I turn around and come back down. I mean, to maintain it in the long term as a fire trail, it's going to require some drainage. Yeah, because it's just
Woe boys.
Yeah, woe boys. So 45-degree angles, you know, and just at intervals to get the water off the track.
Yeah,
Stop this sort of rut.
You'll see up further the erosion's a lot worse where there's not vegetation on it.
Yeah, the soil seems pretty heavy here.
Detail up.
And sort of doing that 10-degree incline.
Back and forth.
Switch back, just to take the steepness out of it. Yeah, and including some of those features that you want to.
Yeah, I think so.
The problem, Ross, you wouldn't want to go near this then, because once they see the walking track, they'll walk up the track.
Fire trail.
So the fire trail. So they'll come up the fire trail rather than the track we spend building. Most people of my condition will stay to the track, but you know, people like Nick here would just run up this fire trail like you wouldn't believe. So Nick just said that's a native, and you don't see that very often. And here's a native one, which he doesn't know what it is, so that's awesome. Got him twice. And there's another one here somewhere. Oh, this fine one. Another native leg here. That's good. Further we get the hill, top of the hill. So Nick tells me these are called dog balls. Also Gruyere.
Gruyere.
Gruyere. And you can eat them when they're ripe. Yeah, I haven't seen one of these anywhere on the place. Have you, Ross? I haven't seen that anywhere.
No.
I mean, you think they'd stand out like...
You just let me know when you're going to have a taste of them dogs.
Yeah.
With the sun shining and clear skies, it's time to jump back into the Jetty Landscaping project.
So we've pretty much finished the rocks along here now. We've got a few more to go, but Ross is just going to try and work out where the little creek bed is going to come in.
Come down around here somewhere. So off of that drain, come down around here and just flow in here. We got to dig it down a bit to get under the bridge and get our levels down.
So he's just going to tip these pile of rocks out here, and they'll be used for the little creek bed. And then the big rocks from over here, we'll start putting them along this path here.
Nice.
Oh, we've got the other big ones around here too, so we'll use them.
Wow, good.
So we've started moving some of these big rocks in. Just starting to move some more of the dirt to the path. Michelle's still working on moving the mulch from the path up there as well.
Righto, so this is the next section. We've got the path coming through. This is where the bridge will go over here, so we've had to drop the road runoff rocks, all come down here and go under the bridge and straight into the dam. That'll be the runoff for where it all gets away. So a heap more rocks now, fill this section up and we can get back onto the path.
Ross is gathering all the rocks, dumping them here.
He places them one by one in our new riverbed. Sorting them on the back of the truck and putting them in the bucket.
That lot on the truck might do it.
Yeah, great. Alright, what's your work, Ross?
Throwing rocks.
Yep. Look at all these individually placed by Ross. Looking great.
So how's the crossover going here, Ross?
Yeah, we're just trying to get a bit of depth underneath it, so it's going to be very tight, very shallow, but as long as the water can get under it, that'll be it. So let's try and use up some old timbers we got around the place and just get some new sleepers for the top to use up some old bearers and stuff we got laying around. Make it work.
good is this? I can just picture with all the plants and probably a big Moreton Bay fig right there on where we've nicknamed the island. And yeah, just it's coming along really nice. So there'll be a deco base in here. Got to go get a few more larger boulders, probably 2 or 3 of them there, a couple more. Well, these 2 will be used here. And this is a little boardwalk. Ross and I will fill these holes into concrete this afternoon after the smoko or lunch. Yeah, looking really good.
So this is cabin 3 and Tom's up here today. So what have you got happening up here, Tom?
I'm just up here cutting all the framing so we can build the walls and then basically build the house up from there.
Okay, beautiful. So do you think this cabin will be starting soon? Will the boys builders?
I reckon it'll be up in the next few days.
Okay, awesome. Okay, this is cabin 3. The builders are working super hard. This cabin will have an awesome view of this dam. Spit, Jacob.
I want you to do the whole thing again so I can film it from the other side.
Lay it back down.
You lay it down. Do it again. We'll never launch. Council only requires us to provide 1 wheelchair accessible cabin for every 4 that we build. So technically we don't have to have one just yet. They would both come with the second stage of construction. But I really wanted to provide one, and this one made sense, cabin 3, because it's already sitting on a slab at ground level. fish crane hire. Okay, I'm assuming they come from the coast. So his father-in-law is my good friend, and my good friend, he has a fleet of cranes. So we started our businesses at the same time back in 1995. He was in the crane industry, I was in the publishing business. But then we're supposed to get him up here to lift these up. My son works for him. A little bit too far for him, so he outsourced it to this Franna business, or crane business I should say. It's based on the Sunshine Coast. Just talking to the owner, he's my age, he's retiring in a month's time, half his luck. Quite a small Franna by all, looks like it's 15 tonnes, so I think they go up well over 25 tonne now, the universal size for them. But they're made in, I think they're made in Brisbane by memory, so that's pretty cool. How good does that look? All the trusses up on cabin 1. Cabin 2 tomorrow. This old plough came from our previous home. It's always a garden ornament. We're not going to be able to reach it out here very far at all, unfortunately. It's very heavy. It's about 400, 500 kilos. It's coming along really nicely, but I think what I'll do is we'll finish this off, and then I'll give you the grand reveal in the next episode. We're nearly there.